That spree, officials say, consisted of 62 robberies where the robbers are accused of sneaking up on their unsuspecting victims, mostly women, on mopeds and scooters. Fox 5's Kendall Green is live in the Morris Park section of the Bronx with more. Kendall?
Hey, good evening, Steve and Natasha. Police made multiple arrests in an apparent grand larceny scheme where they target unaccompanied women, and those involved are accused of snatching their purses and their phones, all to make money, while the mastermind behind it remains on the loose tonight. NYPD walking this duo, 20-year-old Alexander Dacre and 24-year-old Roxana Sejos, out of the 49th precinct Monday evening. They're alleged foot soldiers, part of an elaborate grand larceny scheme across the city. And in Lower Manhattan, police walked a second pair out of the 1st precinct, involved in the same scheme with vicious capabilities.
These thieves would ride up behind their victims on the sidewalk, steal their property, and then make their getaway. The majority of the victims are women, simply just walking alone.
NYPD released this video showing a victim being dragged by someone on a moped and flung into a metal beam, all to steal a cell phone.
The leader of the crew, identified as Victor Para, will blast out a message via WhatsApp that he is looking for phones. Para will send out specific orders for what type of phone he is looking for.
Around 5:30 Monday morning, the NYPD executed a search warrant at the alleged ringleader's home, where they arrested 5 people, recovered 22 stolen phones along with victims' IDs. But the mastermind behind it all was nowhere to be found.
There are a total of 62 incidents that have been connected to this pattern so far, touching every borough in New York City except Staten Island.
The fraudsters, we're told, had their eyes on the dollar signs. Police say the scooter operator could make $100 a day, and the actual phone snatchers could pocket between $300 to $600 per stolen phone. And the most challenging part for police is tracking down criminals with an indefinite amount of IDs, making it hard to tell who's really who.
They're essentially ghost criminals. No criminal history, no photos, no cell phone, no social media.
Now, NYPD accounts, they have reported 32 similar patterns involving mopeds and phone snatches. They account for 147 cases, 147 victims. And so far, meanwhile, they're still looking for several people involved, including that ringleader. That's the latest from Morris Park. Kendall Green, Fox 5 News.
All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechak Quadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone, who very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim out here pushing this gospel in truth and in sincerity to the best of their ability, given to them by Yahweh Bahashem Shai. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect scattered abroad. May the election of Yahweh Bahashem Shai, Lord willing, fall part of your houses. Hey, so as you seen, man, hey, we're in those times, man. Right, we're in the time, of where Jacob's trouble is ultimately going to come to pass, man, And I want to grab this. It's Jeremiah 30, and we'll start at verse 5 KJV. It says, "For thus saith Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear and not of peace." And that's exactly what's coming, man, right? In evil time, Ezekiel the 7th chapter, right? Talks about evil times, right? The end is coming. Right, and we're in the time of the end, right? We're in the time where Jacob's trouble, is ultimately going to come to pass, right? It says, verse 6, it says, "Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness," right? Because this is how terrible, right, Jacob's trouble is going to be, right? Even the mightiest men, right, the manliest men, right, the most courageous and bravest men of this world, right, are ultimately going to be in straits, man, and we're going to see their true character, man, their true character, right? Well, how much more, right, you women out here that they say that you don't need a man, right, that Miss Independent, yada, yada, yada. Hey, well, how much more y'all going to be in straits, man? Because you just seen that the violence that we see now, right, happening right now, a lot of you women are being targeted, man. And the Lord is bringing great judgment upon you women, right? Starting with over there in, with the Israel and Gaza war that's going on, right? 26,000 people dead, mostly women and children, man. And now you're seeing this happen right here in the States, right? here in the States, where you got, migrants, right, basically coming across the border, right, and committing crime. And again, a lot of you women, right, are the main targets, right, of these crimes that are taking place, And again, mainly, the Israelite women, right, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, especially when Jacob's trouble hits, you women are going to be the number one victims of all these crimes that are going to be happening, man. Verse 7, it says, "Last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." And we understand that there are, women, right, sincere women, right, that are in this truth, right, trying their best, Hey, we're excluding y'all, man. Right? We're not talking about y'all, right? Lord will, right? Those women that are sincere, that are in this gospel, in this truth, listening and learning, right? In silence under their husbands, and if they don't have a man, right, staying in the background, Hey, Lord will, those are the women that are going to be part of the elect, right? The 1/3, right? Their innumerable multitude, which is made up of men, women, and children, man, But again, there is a vast majority of women out here in the world, right, that ultimately don't listen, right? They're not quiet, They're Miss Independent. I could get it all on my own, so on and so forth, right? Those are the women that are ultimately going to be put to death in the times to come, right? It's not going to be a happy-go-lucky time. It's not going to be a time where it's going to happen for a short period of time. You might get hazed, or you might get graped, and then justice comes because a cop pulls up, or you call the cops and you get your help. No, right? We're coming into a time where even the cops are not going to be, at your disposal, right? So what are you women going to do? What are you women going to do? Right? With all that attitude, all that, especially the American woman, man. Y'all are the worst of the worst. So really, what are y'all going to do? Right? How are you going to ultimately move in a time where you ain't going to have no help, right? And crimes such as you see, right, as you've seen in the video, right, that's going to skyrocket, man. And it's not going to just be for a phone, right? It's going to be for that kitty cat between your legs, It's going to be for whatever you have. It's going to be for the food that's in your fridge. It's going to be for anything, All chaos is going to break forward. What are you women going to do? And the only thing you can do, right, is search for a man to help you. But again, most of the men out here in this world are going to be in straits, And that's when Isaiah 4:1 is going to play out, right? Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1, it says, "And in that day, 7 women," which number 7 is, is the number of completion, right? It says, "And in that day, seven women shall take hold of one man." And that man, right, is a man of the Lord, right? Not no regular ass dude that's out here on the, on the streets, man. No. Speaking of a man of the Lord, right? One that serves the power of all creation, man. In this time, not at the last moment, but in this time, those are the men you're going to be searching for, because they're going to be cool, calm, and collected, man. Isaiah 4:1, it says, "In that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man." So that right there just proves to you that whole, I don't share my man, I don't share that, yeah. And all that bullshit's going to go, all that monogamy is going to go out the window, man. It's going to go back to the way the Lord intended it, right? Where a man can have multiple wives, right? Women not complaining about that, because, hey, let you complain. Hey, you're going to be left out to the wolves, man. Because in that day, the men of the Lord going to have they're going to have their choosing, man. And if you're not fit for the part, hey, sayonara, man, right? It says, saying, "We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach." Right, man. Because again, anyone, that is with the men of the Lord, right? Because you're going to have men, even men following, the men of the Lord, man. Men, women, and children following, the men of the Lord, being with them. It could be just them, right? Them and their, in their immediate family, or the Lord could have it to where they lead a whole entourage, man. We don't necessarily know exactly what it's going to look like, right? We speculate at this moment, but anybody that's with the men of the Lord, hey, they're going to be straight. They're going to be good, right? They're going to be cool, calm, and collected, man. Because those are going to be what? The believers, man. Everybody else is going to be in straits, you know? So that's what you women are going to see, right? You're going to see this man, you know, walking around, you know, and he's going to have this aura about him, right? He's going to have this demeanor about him. And you're going to sit there and say, well, why isn't he tripping out, right? Why isn't he, making haste? Hey, because the Spirit of the Lord is dwelling with that man, you know? He's not going to move like everybody else, right? And you women are going to, ultimately go to that man and seek of, protection, right? Isaiah 32:2, it says, a man, right? And this is speaking again, a man of the Lord, right? A man shall be as an hiding place from the wind and a covert from the tempest. Yeah, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. So again, this man is going to be your protection, In a sense, that man is going to be your Yahawashi, man. He's going to be your deliverer, right? Your savior, in that time, man. And this is why, hey, you women, if you're with the man of the Lord now, hey, you need to act right, man. You need to act right, get right. Because, hey, if all hell breaks loose, if the Lord sees fit that you be separated from that man, hey, that's your ass, man. You're going to be replaced with another woman, right? But, hey, for you women, right, that are out here acting a fool, that might have come across this video, you better get yourself right, and be in search of a man of the Lord, Because, again, that's the only way that you're going to be, delivered from the shit that's coming, right? Is that you being with the man of the Lord, you being sincere, you trusting in the Lord, following that man, because otherwise you women are done, man. Lord ain't playing with you women. He bringing great judgment upon you women, man. As you've seen in the video, man. Right? This is why you women need to get right, right? Get right whether you're how about Shimei al-Shah. Otherwise your ass is going to be dead, man. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts, man. No ifs, ands, or buts. You can sit here, and get mad till you're blue in the face. It don't matter, right? It's up to the Lord, man. This is why you got to get right with Yahweh Shemel al-Shah, And I'll close out with this, just something real quick, man. I didn't want to make this too long. Just a quick warning to the women out there, man. It's Ecclesiastes 12:1. It says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Right. So before this whole Jacob's trouble, right, before chaos, springs forth, and you women need to get right. Right. This is a quick, stern warning to you women, right? Them, you women that follow after Sexy Red, Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, right? All you independent women, right? All you women that say, I don't need a man. Hey, well, you better drop that attitude, because that's going to be the attitude that kills your ass or get your ass killed, man, So either keep that same attitude, in the time of Jacob's trouble, or drop that attitude now, and seek life, right? Seek meekness, right? So that you may be hid in the day of the Lord's anger, because that's what's coming, man. The Lord's going to bring forth great anger, great judgment upon the world. And again, a lot of you women are going to be asked out, But again, I just want to make that real quick, man. Lord will was edifying. Lord will straight to the point. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rachak, Wadash, double honors to the elder apostles of the bishops of the great millstone. Till next time, I say shalom.